Let's open chapter 9, verse 5. Bring him a Quran. You got a Quran?
I'll bring one.
A copy of the Quran.
bring one.
All right, Jazakallah khair.
Wait, do you want mine?
Yeah, we can read that. And if you're wrong, you're going to apologize in front of the camera that you were wrong. Shall we do that?
I don't know whose mic this is.
Yeah? Shall we do that? You're going to apologize in front of the camera that you were spreading false news. Fake news. Shall we do that?
We're having a debate. I didn't want to spend.
No, but if you're...
I asked a question.
See how he doesn't want to engage
I asked a
now?
question.
I asked a question as well. You were spreading fake news.
Am I spreading?
And
fake news?
I'm going to call you out on
I'm
that.
not the BBC.
Yes. I'm going to call you out on that. How about that?
There you go.
You're going to apologize in front of the camera that you were spreading fake news as a person working for the press.
You should read it for yourself first
Yeah.
before making any assumptions or something. There we go, the shaitan.
Right, chapter 9. Sorry, I'm having trouble finding it. But Surah 9, just 10.
You want me to help you?
Yeah, go on. Let's see if we can find it.
It's very easy. Say Surah 8. Next is 9. Yeah.
Where am I going?
What's the name, by the way?
Will.
Well?
Okay.
Let's move to the first verse.
Mansur. Mansur.
Treaty among the polytheists.
Yeah.
Travel freely throughout the land during 4 months, but no, you cannot cause failure to Allah, and that Allah will disgrace the unbelievers.
Which verse are you reading from?
At the start.
From the beginning. Okay, that's fine. Read it.
From
Go on.
Allah and His messenger to the people on the day of the greater pilgrimage that Allah is disassociated, so His messenger. So you repent, that's best for you, turn away, give tidings to those who disbelieve of a painful punishment. A painful punishment for not believing. That's thought crime, isn't it?
Really? For not believing means...
For not believing something.
No, not a thought crime. Not believing is a punishment. Yeah, read it in.
And give tidings to those who disbelieve of a painful punishment. That sounds horrible.
So what do you think Christianity is the same? If the God puts them in hell, is it horrible?
I'm not Christian.
I didn't say you were.
I don't believe in hell.
I didn't say you did.
Okay.
Listen to the question once again. If the Christians believe in the same thing, are they horrible?
What, for torturing someone?
In hellfire, yeah.
Well, it depends what they've done.
Oh, now you want context, but for Islam, you wanted no context.
No, this is
This is the double standards I was referring
it's not
to.
upon belief.
It is.
Depends what they've done.
What do you think the disbelievers, what do you think will happen to the disbelievers according to Christianity? Yeah, like you. What do you think will happen according to Christianity?
According to Christianity, it depends on your conception of hell. Because if you conceive of hell as a physical place, then it would be you burning for all eternity, etc.
Yeah.
See that.
So
however,
you as a disbeliever will burn forever.
Reading of Christianity can lead to the conclusion that hell is not a physical place, but hell is absence from God.
Who told you that?
A couple of Christians.
You didn't know. You're not a Christian, so you don't know about Christianity. According to the Christians, there is a burning fire. There is a burning lake of fire where the disbelievers will be put along with the demons.
That doesn't sound good to me.
I know, but you'll be there.
I don't agree with
I know,
that.
but you'll
This
be
is why
there.
I'm not a Christian.
According to Christianity, you'll be there. But will you condemn this teaching of Christianity?
Yes.
You will. And Judaism as well.
Yes.
Okay, good. So you have no problem with Islam then, because you'll condemn that as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're consistent. Now go back to the killing of the infidels, which is, I think, verse number 5.
And when the inviolable months have passed, and kill the polytheists wherever you find them. That's kufar, like in Arabic. Kufar means unbelievers. Wherever you find them, and capture them, and besiege them, and sit in wait for them at every place of ambush. But if they should repent, establish prayer, and give zakah, let them go on their way. So only if they bow down to you.
Not to you, to God.
Okay, so only if they bow down to your God. So if
Brother, you're blocking the cameras.
So if I don't bow down to your gods, right, you are going to kill me wherever you find me, capture me, besiege me.
Why were they being killed?
For me at every place of
This is
ambush.
I. How did you put I in there within that historical context? Were you there?
Because, sorry,
were you there?
This polytheist, this means kufar.
Wait.
They've translated this to polytheist.
Were you there? This is a historical event.
Yeah, it's a historical context.
People, historical groups of people. Are you part of that group then?
A kufar?
No. He's talking about the historical context.
This verse within that chapter talking about a historical event.
It's one of the last chapters in the Quran by the principle of abrogation.
Excuse
me. This is one of the ones which actually stands.
Hello? This is talking about, the very first verse says, declaration is issued from God because
Can I
of...
just borrow that 1 sec?
Yeah. So let me show you exactly.
Show him
what
the
it
first
says.
verse.
That's showing how
'Cause he read it not
you're
properly, though.
committing these logical fallacies. I'm sure you're aware of logical fallacies, right? And I hope you don't make and commit those logical fallacies. You should be a logical person.
I'll try and go for the man, not the ball.
Right. So, this is a declaration of dissociation from God, Allah and His Messenger to those with whom you had made a treaty among the polytheists. So let's understand this verse. God is declaring now, the whole thing is now anew, right? To those with whom. So who are these whom? You had a treaty with. So who are they and who are you? This took about two different groups. That there was a treaty between them. Sorry. Who are these people? Between them there was a treaty, and God is saying now that's it. The treaty is now done with because of the reason that follows later. So who are these people?
What would be the reason?
Who are these people?
Whom is the treaty between?
Who are the treaty
Between
between?
the kafir and the Muslims.
Who are the kafir today or back then?
Unbelievers.
No, today or then, at that time?
They would be the kafir back then. Does it not apply today? Do we not apply the Quran today in Islam?
Committing the logical fallacy again. This is a specific historical event that we are learning from God. What happened then and how God dealt with them. So, it was not you back then, so you had no treaty.
But if I had a treaty with Muslims...
Excuse me. You do not have, and you did not have a treaty with them.
But let's say I do. Let's say we have a treaty.
No, but we are discussing the Quran, not you.
There, and you didn't have
You
a
need to
treaty.
stick to the topic.
So are you saying your God is inconsistent?
No, my God is saying that this is a historic...
Are you really serious?
My God is relaying a
Are you a
historical
joker or
context,
something?
not a general rule.
Hashim, I'm sorry. Is
Yeah.
he a comedian speaking to you?
He's a press person.
No, is he a comedian?
I don't know.
Because I really don't speak to comedians because it feels like a comedy. I'm being serious. A theological discussion in which there is a historical event in which God is describing the actions of two different people and what they should do and not do after what one group has done to the other. Because there was a treaty between two groups, Muslims at that time and the polytheists at that time. Out of this polytheist, one group have made something, an action, which resulted in breaking the treaty. Not the other polytheists, because the verse Quran talks about those polytheists later who did not break the treaty.
Yeah.
Now, this is a historical event we're trying to understand, and you are saying, I'm a kuffar as well. This has nothing to do with the discussion.
But do you
so
not
now,
take lessons from the historical actions of
yes,
your
we
God and the
do.
historical
The
words?
lessons are, yes, when you make a treaty, don't break it. Follow it.
Or you kill them?
When we make a treaty, imagine now, the French and the British, they make a treaty that we will be in a treaty of peace. Between us, there will be no fighting. Right. So we were not going to fight you and you're going to fight us. When they break, one of the party breaks the treaty, what it means then they come back to the previous state where now in a state of war
blocking the
again.
cameras.
Not in a state of peace, we're in a state of war. And what do you do in a state of war? You fight. You don't exchange flowers, you fight.
Yeah.
So at that time, when the treaty of peace, the Hudaybiyah treaty, has been broken and annulled with, they have now resorted back to the previous state where the states are against each other in a state of war. In a state of war, God tells them, now because you have broken the treaty, it tells you later on, because you are the ones who broke the treaty, now you face our army. But not immediately, God says go and travel freely in the land for 4 months.
Yeah.
If within this month you want to say sorry, that yes, we believe in God and we accept the messenger, we'll pray, we'll give zakat.
They have to convert to
Let me
Islam.
finish. Let me
They
finish.
can't make recompense with
Let me finish. That's fine. They can be reconciled. If they don't want to do that, they can go elsewhere. Because
only
now,
through Islam.
excuse me, we're talking about the historical event. At that time, because of what they have done, now they have the option of either staying in the land by becoming a Muslims,
That 4 months.
or within that 4 months,
Yeah.
or go elsewhere. These party that broke it elsewhere, because they had not. God, when He sends His prophet and the messenger specifically, the messenger either makes them to believe or they will be exterminated. This is the history. But I'm saying this extermination of disbelievers is based on justice and choice. They had the choice. So they could have chosen that.
That
So
choice to
now-
leave within the 4 months,
exactly. Now what this says, this is what will happen after these 4 months. You will fight the Muslim enemy. But even after that, look how God merciful He is. He says, look, if within this now fighting back again,
Make him a dhimmi.
excuse me, if within this fighting someone surrenders and say, I don't want to be fighting anymore, you stop fighting and killing them, and you escort them to a place of security and sanctity, that no one can harm them, because they said, I'm not going to fight. This is what the Quran is saying.
If they accept Allah
Look,
as their God.
look.
Yes?
Listen. Yeah. And if one of the polytheists seeks your protection, then grant him protection, so that they may hear the words.
Oh,
of
the
the Quran.
sentence, no, but just before, they have to take Allah. They
I
have
am
to
talking
submit to
about.
Allah.
I am talking about already. These people had 4 months to do that,
To submit to Allah.
to submit to the status quo. Now
The status
you have no
Or
way
to leave.
of
They had option to
or
leave. But they stayed there.
at that time.
Yes.
This was a historical options given to them. You like it or not. What did they do?
Decide not to leave.
And
not
they
to
then
be
fought.
evicted.
Yes.
Then they fought.
And
So
then
what
they
do you do in
kill them.
fight? No,
You
what
used
do
the
you
word exterminate
excuse,
earlier.
excuse me, what do you do in fighting? Do you exchange kisses and loves and flowers? You fight.
Yes.
And the Quran says no, you fight.
Exterminate.
You fight those.
What do you do to your enemies? Do you kiss them?
I would fight my enemies.
Sorry?
Do you kill
I would
them?
fight
Would
my
you kill them?
Yes, in a war you would fight.
Would
That
you
is a
kill
logical
them?
thing to do.
I understand.
Would you kill them?
Like, kill my enemies in
Yeah.
a war?
Yes.
If necessary?
There you go.
Oh, you won't kill them if necessary. So if they're going to kill you, would you kill them?
Yes, of course.
Good. That's what the Quran is saying. When they are killing you, driving you out to your homes, now this is what you're going to do to them. You fight them, those who fight you, but God says again,
Where does it talk about proportionality in there?
I will
Apart
show
from submitting
you.
to
That's
Islam.
where you are going to learn.
Chapter 60, verse 8. Chapter 60, verse 8.
60 verse 8. Okay, this is one thing. One. Let's bring that up in 1 second.
That's the proportionality.
Okay, here.
You'll not find that in the Bible. Because in the Bible it says, kill everyone, even the children, and the donkeys, and the oxen.
Oh, that's
Unlike the Quran.
Allah does not forbid you from those who do not fight you because of your religion, and do not expel you from your homes, from being righteous towards them and acting justly towards them. Indeed, Allah loves those who act justly.
You can read it again. Won't make a
Has to
difference.
verify it because it's something shocking. How do you expect Islam says that?
He didn't hear that about the Sharia, did he?
I wasn't talking about Sharia. I haven't had a conversation about Sharia.
Actually, you were
That is
earlier.
the Sharia.
Earlier you were.
I know, I wasn't.
Anyway, read it. What do you think of that?
And I only forbid you from those who fight you because of your religion and expel you from your homes and in aid of your expulsion, forbids you to make allies of them. And of whoever makes allies of them, then it is of those who are the wrongdoers.
So only those who fight you fight them. But if they don't drive you from your homes, you...
But what
Here,
if your
you
religion
don't.
is persecuting them? So they're fighting you.
Hashem,
So
because
now
of
you want to
religion.
change the
Hashim, let me
context
continue, let
even.
me continue.
Seriously.
Now,
That's not
You will, look, doesn't matter what we
Yeah,
quote
yeah,
to
yeah.
you, you'll reject it, right? Because you've already made up your mind.
there you go. Here, what the Quran says. Fight in the way of Allah those who fight you, but do not transgress. Indeed, Allah does not like transgressors. So you fight those who fight you.
Is that
but
Surah
do not-
Baqarah? Which one?
Yeah.
Chapter
And
2
do
verse?
not transgress.
What verse is that?
190.
190.
190.
Yeah.
So
Chapter
this
2
is
verse
the
90.
proportionality.
Yeah.
You fight those who fight you, but there's a limit. You don't transgress.
Wait. Fight them until there is no more.
Oh, he's not going to read the verse I'm reading.
I know, I've just read it.
And
right?
what does it mean? Can you explain?
Why are we hiding the Quran?
No hiding. Start with
We
the verse I
cannot
started.
censor the Quran here.
Oh, look at that. He's not going to read the verse I'm going to read.
Until until religion I worship is acknowledged to be for Allah.
Yeah, fight. Keep on fighting.
Oh, so fight until everyone submits.
No.
Islam means submission.
Fight until the truth is established.
Until everyone
That's
submits.
not
Fighting.
Seriously.
This fighting,
I
look.
will not submit. I'm an Englishman.
Oh, hang on.
Really, you are Englishman? Okay.
Yes.
Your ethnicity is English?
Yes.
Really? Do you know what ethnicity means?
Yes.
What is
my
it?
ancestors were Essendon, Naisby, and Ashby.
Okay, good. So did they, are you proud of your ancestors?
Yes.
The
Oh,
colonizers?
look at this
Yes.
extremist guy.
Yeah, so you had no problem with colonizing? Ah, what happened?
All
Depends on the
through
context.
Oh, now context. Why? Why would you want to colonize anyone?
To improve their country.
Oh, so you want to forcefully improve that country? Who asked for your help?
That's it. I
Huh?
think that should be
Many
enough.
different princes
So they
in India. I
oh,
believe the
so you think the Maharajas invited the British?
Yes.
No, the British East India Company was crook, which you're proud of. Because you have no issues with colonizing. Look at the double standard. Look at the hypocrisy. Look at the hypocrisy. Look at the hypocrisy. No. You created the
We
famines.
did the greatest good in the history of the world through our
Okay, so who created the famine in Bengal?
The Japanese.
No.
The Bengal famine in the Second World War.
Winston
was the
Churchill
Japanese.
and all these were warmongers. Okay?
You're taking the greatest
Now-
accomplishment in the history of humanity.
You know,
and
really?
denigrating
You mean
it.
slavery?
It's a
You
disgrace.
mean mass slavery?
Slavery, which we ended. Yes, I'm very proud of my culture.
So your ancestors, wait, your ancestors who were responsible for who were responsible for thousands of deaths during slavery. Yes, chattel slavery. Chattel slavery. Look at these double standards. He was saying all this time the Quran says to kill. Now all of a sudden he's proud of colonizers who not only raped and pillaged the countries
The people
that they came.
who brought life, liberty, and property. The people who built the railways, the schools, the hospitals.
What about the
who
famines?
built
What about the
roads,
deaths? What
who
about the
made
rapes?
it possible
What
to
about
move food
they
and save
they brought the money here
hundreds
from
of
those
millions
countries
of
to make this
death.
country richer.
We saved so
Hashim,
many
do you know
people.
why we kicked
And
the
I
British
Now your hypocrisy is exposed.
My
Do you know
hypocrisy-
Yes.
why we kicked
Okay.
the British
You are a
out?
proud. By the way, don't touch me, please. I didn't touch you. Okay, calm down. I know you're agitated.
That's
Now
fine.
that you have been exposed
But you
and your hypocrisy is
are
laid
happy
bare.
to
Does anyone here,
of
does anyone, English or
millions of
non-English,
people surviving.
agree and are proud of
You want
colonizers
people to
like this
suffer
guy
in
here?
squalor.
Nobody is. Not even
You
the
want
English
people to
people will
suffer
say
in squalor.
that they are proud of colonizers and abusers and
We are
oppressors
proud
and
empire
rapists and
civilized
killers and
the world.
murderers.
We civilized the
Bro,
world.
you're
We
mentally
brought
colonized.
freedom. We
You're
brought
mentally
freedom.
colonized.
Why?
Because you
How
are.
can I be colonized with my own culture, Kasa?
No, because you're mentally colonized.
By my own culture?
No, by the
By my own
by the
people.
by saying you're
People
proud of
who
colonizers.
fought for freedom around the world.
By killing women and
The
children,
English.
yeah.
The English.
Are you condoning the women and children who have been killed due to colonization?
Totally not.
Totally not.
innocent people.
Could they have colonized without killing the women and children in those countries?
Could we have colonized perfectly? Yes, I do think we could have colonized.
So why did they kill women and children then?
So you don't think that?
Answer the question.
British people have done
If they
things
could
that
have
are
done
wrong
it
in the
without
past.
killing women and children
British people-
and the
oh my
raping,
God,
why
British
did they
people
do
have done
it?
something wrong.
You see the double standards now?
So we've done something wrong.
Bro, you're exposed.
I'm not.
You're exposed.
I'm not saying that British people are perfect. You say this is perfect.
You said you're
are
proud of
saying this is
colonizers.
perfect. I am proud of my ancestors. Yes.
Yeah, colonizers.
I'm proud of my
Colonizers.
Now what are you?
I didn't say I was proud. Where did I say I
You're
was
here
proud?
colonizing this country.
What is the definition of colonizing? Let's see. What's the definition of colonizing?
To come over and occupy another country.
Okay, how am I occupying this country?
You live here.
So anyone who lives in a country is an occupier. Where's your mentality,
Do you vote in
man?
this country?
How much have you
Do you
studied?
vote?
How much have you
Do you
studied?
vote?
None of your business.
Do you vote?
How much have you
Do
studied?
you vote in this
How much
country?
have you
Do
studied?
vote in
You have
this
no
country?
idea what
You come to
colonizing
this
means.
country and
No
you
one.
vote in this country.
It's none of your business
So
if I
you-
vote or not.
If you,
Why?
Yes, it is. If you're voting in this
His
country,
definition
you're
of a
just saying you
colonizer
have a say
is
in how
someone who
this
lives in
country
this
is run.
country.
Okay,
Look at the
so you're
hypocrisy
happy
now.
to come to this country
You know
and
what?
vote in this country.
The
But
only-
someone goes to some other country.
Dude,
they
that's
build
why I
the
said you're
railways,
mentally
they bring
colonized.
The hospitals, they bring modern medicine. They
Who-
bring modern medicine. They save millions of lives.
Yeah.
They stop people from starving. They get rid of famines. You know how many people
It doesn't justify killing
from
and
dying.
raping. It doesn't
I
justify.
never said it was.
You
But
said,
you're going for the
I
man.
asked you, I
You're
asked
going
you,
for the man,
I
not
asked
the
you,
ball.
could they have
Man,
colonized?
not the
Could
ball.
they have
You are a
colonized?
man, not the
No, I'm
ball.
going for you. You who said colonizing means to stay in a country. You are totally
vote?
ignorant of the
Do
term.
you vote?
No, why
Do
changing the
you
topic
vote?
now? You have caught.
Answer the question.
Ask-
Come on.
look
let's,
at the-
let's
by
have
the
an
way-
honest debate.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you vote?
First and
Do you vote
foremost,
in this
go
country?
and read a
Do you
dictionary
have a political
and then you will
say in
know.
this country?
Do you
you
know
have a
he doesn't
political
know
say
English
in
language?
this country?
And the guy says,
Have
I
you
am
come to
English.
this country
He have
and
no
decided to
idea
have a
about the
political
term
say
colonizing.
in a foreign country?
Doesn't have
Do
it.
you have a
It makes
say in how
no
this
difference.
country
You know
is
why?
run? It makes every difference. Because
Okay.
if you go to another country and you're taking over their politics, or at least you're taking a political say in that country, that is colonization.
Okay, can I respond to that?
Go on.
Good. How many millions of people marched in this park and elsewhere in England during the Gulf War? How many people?
I don't know.
Millions.
I'm still asking, have you voted?
I'm
in this
answering.
country?
None of your
Can you
business.
vote in this
Are you?
This is a question.
Okay.
Come on. Do you have a political say in this country or not? Please
Actually,
tell me.
even if I did, listen, I'm answering. Even if they did, like those millions of people who marched against the Gulf War, yes, the countries, they were all, by the way, they were all voters. Listen,
I've never
allow me to
seen another
finish. I'm
country
answering your
have
question.
a
If you
say.
listen,
Ever.
you will learn.
I've
All
never
those people.
colonised another country.
But you said anyone who stays, so you're staying in this country, you're a colonizer, according to your own definition.
I colonise my own country.
You
Are
can,
mental?
because based on your
Have I
definition,
colonised my own
that's
country?
your definition.
I can colonise.
That's how dumb your definition is. Yes.
I'm talking about.
So anyway, those millions of people who marched here, the leaders did not listen to them.
So
They
I've
were
never
voters.
gone to
They were
another
voting,
country
and it
voted
made
in
no
their
difference to
election
the
for
leaders.
political say
They
in
still
their
went to
country.
war with Iraq. 1 million people were killed because of that. Because of a dodgy dossier. Because of a dodgy dossier, they enslaved an entire country, which is called Iraq. They destroyed its culture, its people. Run away like a coward you are. Okay? This is exactly what it is. Run away like the coward you are. Okay? So they destroyed a country called Iraq. Millions of people, 1 million people died there. Children died there. Based on what? A dodgy dossier. And that's what you're proud of, you ignorant person. Yes, run away like the coward you are. You see, this is what happens when we actually discuss with people based on rationality. I asked him a simple question, okay? When you actually colonize a country that is taken by force, no one should condone that. This guy was proud of it. And if he goes to the English people, they say, you're not one of us because you don't have the right skin tone. Many of these EDL or ex-EDL will say this to you. That's exactly what they want. They want every immigrant with the wrong color gone from here. Yes, wrong color, that is the key. And this is exactly what we are against, because that is pure racism. He kept saying, my culture, my ethnicity, my this, my that. Okay? Go and tell that to an English person. He'll tell you you're not white enough. You don't have a fair skin, so you're not one of us. Very simple for them to judge you. Because this is what we are trying to say, that racism is wrong. Condoning colonization is wrong. Anyone who condones that, they have no idea what colonization did to those people, because to this day, those countries are suffering. Their children are suffering. Their opportunities have been snatched from them. India was one of the richest countries when Britain went there. And when they left, they basically dried it completely of its resources, of its riches, of the livelihood of the people, everything. This is what colonization does to you. It sucks your resources. However, when the Muslims went there, they did invade, because at that time, invasion was very open. It was empires. Empires invaded other countries. They had the power, they would invade those countries. So I'm not saying Muslims did not invade countries. Yeah, they did. But look at the Mughals, what they did. They went there and they settled there. They became Indians. They built monuments which the Indians are proud of today. The Taj Mahal, the Red Fort, the Qutub Minar, all of this they're proud of. It is one of the things that they portray on the magazines, on the travel magazines. And this is what they're proud of, even to this day. Why? Because those Mughals, they did not take it back to where they came from, either Afghanistan or Persia or wherever. They stayed there, they made that their land, and they spent that money which they earned in that country in India itself. And that's the reason the GDP of India grew. And this is when the British came and they looted it everywhere. They even looted the word loot, because that's an Indian word. So there's a lot of things that they took from there, and then they actually made it to such a state where the people were literally dying from famine. In Bengal, in east part of India, they literally died of Bengal when they had all the food that was growing in that country in India. These British people, they exported to that country, and they starved the local people to death. They made them work to their bones, and then they starved them to death. And that is exactly what colonization does to you. So we condemn colonization. It doesn't matter who does it, because this is what it does. It's unfair, unjust, and it is something which should never happen. So may Allah protect everyone, and all the oppressors, they get punished by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And may Allah help the people who have been oppressed, be it in Gaza, be it in Palestine, be it in India, be it in any part of the world, the Uyghurs, the people in Sudan, the people everywhere. Wherever they're being oppressed, may Allah help them. Because this is what we pray for, justice and for love and peace to exist everywhere. Jazakallah khairan. And equality. Thank you very much.